Hello and welcome to your Wednesday webinar. My name is Jared Krebs. I'm here in San Antonio, Texas, and we have a very special guest on today's webinar who's going to share her story, 17 years with USANA. But before we bring her on, I just want to remind you of 10 things to expect when building your USANA business. Number one, there will be ups and downs, just like anything. Number two, success or failure is up to you. If you succeed, it's because of you. If you fail, it's because of you, not the person who invited you to USANA. Number three, the goal is for you to become independent and be an independent leader for your team, an independent example. Number four, make your plan on the weekends. Do it, review it, and make adjustments. Plan, do, review, adjust. Number five, it's going to take time. It's going to take 1 year to become competent at the skills to do this. It's going to take 3 years to become a significant part-time earner. It's going to take 5 years to become a full-time earner and 7 years to be world-class. It can happen faster, but it's going to take time. Number six, it takes consistency, consistent work and hustle. You really have to be consistent week in and week out with your daily method of operation and all the different prospecting things that can be done just a little bit of time each day. Number seven, you're going to have to grow and get outside of your comfort zone for sure. Number eight, mental toughness is necessary. Number nine, the grass is not greener in other companies. I've seen people leave USANA and never make what they made with their USANA business. And number 10, this is a long-term game. USANA is 27 years strong with over 2.5 billion. Yeah, 2.5 billion paid to its associates. It's helped me and my wife, Crystal, have a full-time income for over a decade, as well as thousands of people around the world who've had a full-time income or who have a full-time income with USANA, and hundreds of thousands have a part-time income. It works if you work. And the bonus tip, amateurs sell products, but professionals sell the vision. Make sure you're sharing these videos with your clients, with your prospects, with your associates, so they can see all the stories and the vision of what USANA can do for people's lives. And few have done it as well, as Gold Director Dyann, Lyon, who's been in USANA for 17 years. And she is on this call today. She's going to share her story. Dyann, thank you so much for being on this call. We want to hear what your life was like before USANA, what you did for work, maybe who introduced you, what are some of the challenges you overcame, how did it impact your health, your finances. We'll have about 15 to 20 minutes of time, and then we'll open it up for questions to end the half hour. So Dyann, welcome to the call.
Thanks, Jared. It's great to be here. So you just want me to free flow and start talking?
That's right. Yeah. What was your life like at the beginning? How did you find USANA? We want to know it all.
Okay. Well, I had an amazing life before USANA, and my life just got better after USANA. So a little bit about me. I come from a real estate family, and my dad was in real estate, and so all of us ended up following him in real estate, and my three younger brothers and I had a great career. I loved it. I did it for 22 years and was happily married to this wonderful man by the name of Lee Oberbeck, and he was my business partner, my wonderful friend and husband, and we just had a great life. But at 50 years old, he died of a heart attack while we were visiting Maui. And it just really, literally, I woke up to his dying breath. So I didn't know that at the time. In fact, I don't even know where to look. Maybe right here. Yeah, that's a good spot. So I can look you all in the eye. Anyway, so when Lee died, it just totally changed my life. It rocked my world in every way, and all the things that we'd planned for and the future that we had worked so hard to have, and we were getting close to that retirement, suddenly went out the window. And I just kind of went into a free fall in terms of I'd always said if I wasn't having fun with real estate, which is a very, very, very full-time business, if you want to be successful at it, for any of you that have real estate friends that are never able to come to your events because they're busy showing houses, for instance, it was no fun anymore. So I quit selling real estate, was advised that I didn't need to work again, and unless I wanted to, by my attorney, my financial planner, and my CPA. We all had a meeting, and it didn't change my free fall. It just meant I didn't have to worry about money at the time. And the following year, I decided that I just got rid of everything in my life, which meant my real estate email address, and just went completely incognito, and found myself with a Yahoo email address with a weird name, a Daisy Sandwich, because I didn't want to have my name on it. And went online and just started dinking around on Yahoo and found, I mean, this is way long. This is a long time ago. This is in 2002. And I don't even know if Google was alive then. I had been born yet. And I just went through all the different aspects of Yahoo, what they had, because I'd never seen anything like it. Real estate, I was just totally focused on the MLS, multiple listing service. That was the only time I was ever online. So I went into their personals and started looking around and started getting interested in maybe meeting somebody just for fun and communication. I certainly didn't feel like dating anybody locally. And somebody by name of Wild Bill Jones found me. And it was love at first sight. We met 12 days later. I drove to Canada to meet him. I picked up my new car that I bought for my retirement gift to myself. I still have it. It's a little Mercedes convertible that I love. Anyway, I drove it up to Canada and stayed in his beautiful 4-bedroom home, and stayed as long as I could, which was only about 4 or 5 days, till I had to come back home and go on a cruise with a girlfriend who'd tried to get me on a cruise for years. And finally we'd made the date. And in that period of time, we shared our entire lives together, and he's just he was like the best thing that ever happened to me. I was happily married before, and we still talk about Lee. We celebrate Lee and Lee's life, but Wild's it. I mean, there really are soulmates out there, and it's been a really amazing journey. We've been married a little over 15 years, but we started USANA together. And the reason that we started it, we were introduced to it by a couple out of Las Vegas. The wife had lived up in the Northwest and knew me as a realtor. She had been in the title business, I believe. I never knew her personally, but they had contacted me. They were just doing some cold marketing, and it was just the perfect time for me. Actually, they'd been marketing to me for over 6 months, but I just wasn't ready. And then when I met Wild, he had all kinds of health issues. He was pre-diabetic. He was on several different drugs for several different things, including heart medication, and the heart medication thing, excuse me a moment, the heart medication really kind of scared me, because I just lost the previous year my husband Lee to an unexpected heart attack. So that just put the two of us together on this path towards learning about health and wellness. And really, we didn't know anything. I knew nothing. I just always thought I was healthy. And that was a real wake-up call for me personally, because I was trying to get Wild healthy. And he not only got healthy, I got healthy. I didn't even realize I wasn't healthy. That's the crazy thing about it, is that we all live our lives. We grow up and do what our parents do, our friends do, and we create these habits, and we watch what's on the news and the commercials and what's on the billboards and all the other marketing that's happening to us. We don't even notice it, but we're all affected by it subliminally, if not totally right in our faces. And my lifestyle was super unhealthy, but I thought of myself as healthy, and which is really crazy. But I think I know I've met hundreds of people like that, and I'm sure many of you have too, that think they're healthy and they're really not, but they don't even know it until they have the opportunity to have something like USANA in their system, and all the inspiration from USANA leaders and so forth that they get over time. And then they realize that we're not in a culture of healthy lifestyles. And so it's up to each of us individually. And I know that our journey, Wild and I, over this last 17 years or so that we've been together, has been just a huge growing experience. We're still learning. There's no end to, there's not enough time in any one life to learn all the things each of us would like to really be knowledgeable in. So health is number one for both of us, because if we're not healthy, the rest of it's not going to be any fun, right? And fun is really important. And I think the healthier that we get, the more we start to imagine our lives in a different way, because as we start feeling better and start realizing the possibilities of having at least another source of income. Even if it's small, it's still another source of income. And in order to retire, which is what I'm doing right now, I've been retired now for a little over 2 years. I mean, a second time of retirement, because I retired just before I met Wild. And it's the last time I'm going to retire. It really feels good to just not be doing literally anything except still using our USANA regimen literally every single day. Wild puts out our sups in the morning with he brings me Rev 3 in bed literally every morning in a champagne flute, and I get a couple refills if I'm good, if I need them. And life is just great. But I wanted to talk about what it's like to be retired and have a little bit of money coming in every month. I mean, it's not my only source of income or our only source of income, because I'm 70, Wild 75. We're hardly kids, and it just seems like it's a time of our lives where we should retire, and if we can, and we can, so we are. And it's so nice to have a separate account that our USANA checks go into, and just have them just sit there, and it's just more money to use for travel and play. And we're grateful for every single check. And of course, if you've been in USANA any time at all, you know that each of your orders generates more income, and you can play around with multiple business centers if you're fortunate enough to stay in long enough to earn them. And I just can't imagine life without USANA. It's been an incredible journey that's still continuing, even though we're retired. I'm just amazed to be on this call today with all of you, and thrilled to be here with you. So Jared, any questions for me? That was kind of a really quick trip through the last 15, 17 years.
That is so awesome. So yes, we always have our live viewers go ahead and type in questions, and I'm just going to start with the first question. How has USANA impacted your health? Like, were you dealing with anything specifically, or like, what's the shift that you've experienced on the products?
Boy, I've had so many of them. And again, I never thought it was unhealthy, but my stomach was always uncomfortable. It was, boy, this is getting really personal, but I'm going to do it because that's one thing I love about USANA and being in the wellness business is we just talk freely, right?
That's right.
I was one of those that was constantly constipated. Just whatever diet I was eating, which wasn't a diet either. Well, I was dieting. I was either on a diet or off a diet. Life was miserable because I was either on a diet, depriving myself, or I was not on a diet, eating and drinking whatever I chose. And so it wasn't good. It's what most people do, I believe, just naturally. We don't think about it. And so it changed everything. It changed my gut health. I didn't even know I had an unhealthy gut, but I always feel good when I eat now because I'm eating really healthy food. I think that is so key to a healthy lifestyle. Or I'm a big proponent of organic. Everything in our house is super healthy, organic, it's all whole food. The more I know and the more I learn the direction we're going as a country and a world, it's really the only way to go because everything else is so unhealthy and we have no clue what's in it. Even eating out, we don't eat out that often. We have favorite restaurants we go to that at least try to cook healthy, whole food for, fresh on the spot. Whereas so many restaurants that we've gone to over the years, we found out that they're not really cooking real food. They're cooking frozen food that's been delivered to them from Cisco or somewhere else. And there's just a whole system out there that none of us really know about because it's happened over the years and it's happened so gradually and we've just gotten used to it. But so my stomach is better. My weight I haven't dieted in 15 years. My weight's stable. It's been stable. I go up and down a couple pounds here and there, but I know exactly what to do because every morning I have my shake in the morning and I love that new caramel flavor. Oh my gosh, with the chocolate Nutrimeal. We've been using the My Smart Shakes for years, and the caramel caused me to go back to the chocolate Nutrimeal because together they're just so awesome. It's like, I don't know, if you haven't had it, it's still there. You need to get it. Anyway, so we do the Rev 3 in the morning. That's the first thing. Then we have a Nutrimeal shake. It's caused my weight to stay really stable for all these years. I've never had that happen in my entire life. I never get headaches. I very rarely get sick. If you see me wanting to blow my nose, I was told years ago from a doctor I have light sensitive eyes and it makes my nose run. So that's my story on that. And let's see, I sleep better. I don't have the aches and pains I used to have. I'm just healthy. I'm like really genuinely healthy. And I'm not a gym rat. I've done the gym. I don't really like the gym. It's just not me. I don't relate to it. And I don't know if there's other people out there that feel that way. I know a lot of people that go to the gym, and God bless them. It's just, for whatever reason, it's not an environment that I feel comfortable in. It's like I don't have a clue what I'm doing. If I have a personal trainer, which I've had, I feel like I can't do it without them. So I just like to move my body. We love to walk. We do a little bit of hiking, a lot of walking, and like to be out in the fresh air. In fact, this next week, we're going to stay in a tree house up in Washington State where we live and get some fresh air out in the woods. It's going to be really fun.
So cool. Wow. Well, you look great. I would never thought you were 70. I probably would have guessed you're in your 50s.
Well, thank you. I totally give USANA credit for that. This is like totally makeup free. And I thought, well, who would understand me just being my totally natural self better than all my USANA family?
That's right. Awesome. All right. So we have a few questions that have come in. Marcus Hicks is a guest watching from Colorado. And he asks, how can it help me physically and mentally because I'm a type 1 diabetic?
Well, that sounds like a good question for a Dr. Ladd McNamara or somebody of that sort. We have so many doctors that are involved in USANA. I saw a movie once, Marcus, that I don't know if you can get your hands on it, but what was it, 30 Days to Diabetic Free? And it was about, a Dr. Cousins, I think, out of Arizona. Boy, I wish I could remember the exact name of this movie, but he had 6 people from around the country that went on this whole food program in Arizona with him personally to be watched over for a 30-day period. And 2 of the 6 people were type 1 diabetics, and the other 4 were type 2 diabetics. And one of the type 1 diabetics didn't get diagnosed properly till they were in this program. They thought they were type 2. And it was interesting that all 6 of them benefited from this program. And what the program was just pure healthy lifestyle, pure healthy eating style, whole foods, organic foods, taking out all the crap that we put in our diets, like sugar, processed foods, caffeine, all that stuff that it's okay now and then, but most people, it's just do too much of it and their bodies can't handle it. And that's why so many people get sick and die too early. It's that simple. Smoking, number 1, get rid of that. Anyway, so all 6 of them got healthy within days. They were off insulin, and some of them were on as many as 17 different types of medications. It's an amazing movie. I'd highly recommend it. Let's see. I don't know if I can find that before we're off the phone. If I can, I will. But
let me know, because I'm working with Marcus actually and Juliana Kelly, who's on. Shout out to you, Juliana.
Oh, good.
And we'll get you the info, Marcus. And also there's an article from Dr. Ladd McNamara on diabetes that I believe we've sent to you. I'll double check and make sure. Juliana, could you start the Facebook Messenger again so that it comes to the top of my messages, and we'll make sure you have that info, Marcus. Great question. He also asked, will USANA help my 3-year-old daughter? Do you have experience with kids taking the products, Dyann?
Not of my own. All of our kids are grown and gone. We do have some grandchildren that are on them, but none of them live around here, so I don't get the day-to-day version of this, but I have had a lot of clients with kids and grandkids over the years using USANA products, starting with the USANAmals. And just, again, I think a healthy lifestyle, eating the healthiest food you can eat, being on all USANA's products as much as possible, and moving our bodies, drinking lots of water, getting a good night's sleep. Being healthy is so basic and simple, but unless we're focused on it and have a commitment to it, it's not going to happen because there's so many other competing commitments and other distractions out there.
Yeah, oh, for sure. And I've also had several, my niece and three nephews all take the USANA products. They're all, well, the niece is like
Awesome.
9 years old, but then the nephews are like 3 and 1, and they
Mm.
all take it. So yeah, Marcus, for sure, it's going to be huge for her. And they don't get the same colds that other kids get at school and things like that. So it builds their immune system, especially at that young age, and also their brain development with the Biomega Junior. Pretty awesome. Thank you for asking, Marcus. Let's go to our next question. Phyllis Walker from Salt Lake City. She says, if you are retired, do you still do presentations?
Good question. No, I don't. This is the first thing I've done in 2.5 years. And, I thought, and I have not even thought about this or prepared for it. It's so much a part of our lifestyle that I don't even go a day without thinking, or at much of an hour without thinking about USANA in one way or another. But I have had, interestingly enough, people sign up a lot more retail customers than I ever had before, and that are just signing themselves up. And it's just a blessing. We literally get a check every week. It goes right into a bank account. I don't even think about it. And it's just the best thing ever. Just to feel this good every single day and know what to do to feel this good every single day. It's just so simple. USANA.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I literally, I wake up, I have my lemon water, my vitamins, my USANA products throughout the day. I do my skincare, my shower products are USANA. Like, it's just such a healthy lifestyle.
Totally.
The shakes are such a huge component. Just feeling full and good on like good meal replacement in the morning. Like, man, it's just a life. I know what you're talking about. All right. So next question is Sue Ann Knobloch from San Antonio. Can this be a good retirement for me?
You mean in retirement?
I think she says, so this can be a good retirement for me.
Well, I did it originally in retirement. I retired about the time Wild and I met, which retired in 2001. And we met in 2002 and we started it in late 2002. We were introduced to it, started it right away. And in 2000, that late, I guess 2009, we literally came out of retirement. We were doing presentations in retirement. We were doing the whole thing, but we came out of retirement officially and started our own business, gave it a name, brought in and started doing health coaching and way more than USANA. But it was all around USANA, and it was all designed to introduce people to healthy lifestyles, to introduce them to USANA. So it all worked, and it worked together. We did dinner parties at our house, like 10-week sessions for people to learn how to shop for healthy food and put healthy food together and make real meals. And it's just really a lot of fun. We had a blast doing it. But I saw all my workaholic tendencies come back. And I was in full-blown workaholic mode. And if you can have a retirement and do this in retirement and not be a workaholic and just really have fun with it, which we did, then I would say yes. But I found at one point, it had nothing to do with USANA. Something else happened in my life that made me question what I was doing and how hard we were working, considering that we really didn't need to work. And so as I was disabling all those other aspects of my life, we decided, let's just retire from everything. Even though we're still associates, it's just an organic business. Our people that have got their own businesses going, they're doing their thing, and we're just not bringing on new people. They've pretty much got to find us on their own and go do their own thing, or we refer them to people locally or in their area, because I don't want to be unfair to people that need some support and help when I don't really want to give it right now. So that's just the truth of the matter. So we retired a second time, and this time it stuck. So after 7 years of doing this full time, and it was totally full time, it was time to go back to retirement. And I can't do it part time. But if you can, good. And I know a lot of people do a lot of businesses part time. I just don't have that in me.
No, and thank you for being so transparent with it. And it's awesome to hear where you're at right now in your life and how you're still using USANA as a vehicle to have some money coming in for retirement. Also, you're super healthy and you're involved in the culture of USANA, and you have all the friends and you're taking the products. It's like it's enhanced your life so
Totally.
much.
I
It's
can't
almost
imagine
like,
life without it.
you
You're
know,
right.
but it is good to know that you did spend 7 years working your USANA business like a business and really did work it pretty hard, or used your skills that you developed earlier in your life.
Mhm. Any skills work with this job.
Yeah, for sure.
Every skills we ever had. I think people just want honesty and transparency and to work with people they know, like, and trust. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It's just fun. I don't know any other way to call it.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Changing people's
And also our Facebook Live viewers, I am watching our Facebook Live right here. This is a private group, Dyann. It's called USANA Fit Family. If you have a question and you're watching on Facebook Live, go ahead and type it in. I will ask Dyann. We only have a couple minutes left. So Dyann, man, it's already been a half hour. Can you believe it? Time just flies.
When you're having fun, yes.
That's right. So I'm going to go ahead and ask one more question here. If someone from Facebook Live types in, I'll ask their question as well. But let's go ahead with this question. And that is, to end our call, what is the one big piece of advice that you want to leave for everybody? Some of these people are brand new. Some of these people are not even in the company yet. Some of them have been in for several years who are watching this. But what's your main piece of advice for everybody?
Use USANA every day. I mean, I really can't imagine. I see people, I have so many friends that have not bought into the dream. And it's sad because I see how sick they are. They're suffering from all kinds of stuff. But some people just aren't ready. And I guess that's the other side of the coin, is that if you want to share it with people, know that not everybody's open to it. And over the years, I've come to the conclusion that the reason they're not is because they're not ready to be responsible for their own lives. They aren't ready to do what it takes to make the changes to take life to the next level, whatever that level might be for them. So if they're not ready, don't push them and don't be mean to them. Just know they're not ready, and just love them, because they're not. Some of them will never, ever, ever get it. It's just
Love
the
it.
way it is.
No, that's so true, and I think it helps to know that, because that way you can move on to the next prospect quicker.
Absolutely.
And not be stuck lamenting over someone that you love that you wish they would want it, And I know we've all been there, so it's definitely good to know that, so that you can just keep going through the numbers and until you find the people that it just naturally fits for them. And you will find the people who are meant to be in your life will be in your life. And the same with your business. The people who are meant to be in your business will be in your business. But you have to go through lots of numbers to find them.
That's so true.
That's such a great analogy, so you don't get stuck on someone who disappoints you because you want them to be healthier and they're not ready, etc. So thank you so much. This has been such an enlightening interview. We really appreciate it, Dyann. And let's go ahead and unmute the lines and everyone say thank you, Dyann, and have an awesome day.
Thank you, Dyann, and have an awesome day.
Thank you, Dyann. Have an awesome day.
Thank you, Dyann. Have an awesome day.
Thank you very much, Sue Ann. Thank you for to each of you for being on the call today. It's been really a lot of fun. I wish you all the best. Wish you lots of health and happiness.
Thank you. Same to you.
All right, I'll call you, Dyann. I'll call you right now. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Goodbye. Have a great day, everyone.
You too. Oh, I'm going to stop the recording.
Do that. Okay, are we still here?
Hi, we all done?